Yo, welcome back to the channel. A lot of y'all asked me about the police lumina I had posted. I just posted a couple pictures of recently that I had a few years ago. I got that car when I was 17. Bought it from a lot that's now out of business. It's a moving company. Uh, that car was freshly retired from Illinois State Police when I got it. It had 101,000 miles. For a 96 Lumina, it had 101,000 miles, and I got it in 2012. Them was pretty low miles, but come to find out, it was a backup car. And besides being underpowered and wrong wheel drive, the car performed pretty well. It wasn't no slow car. It wasn't, it was pretty quick on its feet. Like, it was kind of like the Crown Vic. It wasn't as powerful as the Crown Vic and wasn't as durable as the Crown Vic, but it was like the Crown Vic in a way. You jump off and you got it on the short run, but on that long run, that thing will hawk you down. I maxed it out, which I was surprised to me, my right hand man at the time. We was looking up the top speed for it, and he said the top speed was 122. Well, when I was in Michigan, I had to race back when I had moved to Michigan. A few months later, when prom time came up, me and my girl, we was trying to, she came from my prom, down there from my prom. I came back home for her prom. But I had to race up here for her prom because they let her know 4 hours in advance that she can go. And I maxed that lumen out at 140 on 94. I was on 94 just gunning it. And it did like the Crown V. This another thing it did like the Crown V. You could feel it pulling all the way up to 130. And then it just stopped pulling. It just coasted up to 140. And it kind of shocked me that the car hit 140 like that. That's where it maxed out at 140. But the car, it did extremely well. It was reliable, even though we all know GM's 3100 and 3400s are the worst motors they ever made. And parts on it, some parts are hard to change. Like, and the old head shop was saying the downfall of them cars was the intake manifold, which I was 19 at the time. Now that I think about it, that's probably what went wrong with it. And the car started overheating in August of 2013. I had the car almost over a year before it started giving me problems. I had changed the water pump, the thermostat, checked the radiator, flushed the radiator, and it just kept overheating. And then I kind of got scammed by a shop. They told me they could fix it. They told me what it was, and it was still overheating. And now that I think about it, it probably most likely was an intake manifold. Anyways, I was on my way home from work one day, and I had went a different route because it was a freight train. And the car, I had just got back to the apartment complex, and I was pulling in when the motor locked. And a few days later, I had sold the car to the junkyard. Then 2 weeks later, I found out we was moving back to Chicago. If I had knew that, I would have dragged that car back, and I would have put a motor in it. But that car performed really well. The interior was good, blue interior. Oh man, the car was fun. Like I say, even though it was underpowered and wrong wheel drive, it wasn't no punk. It got up and it went. So I miss the car. Yeah, I still do miss the car and think. Sometimes I think about it and be like, damn, now she just a pile of balled up metal, because I know she done been stripped. I junked the car in 2013. Here it is 5 years later. That car just balled up. Then somebody didn't buy it from the junkyard and restored it. So, other than that, the car did well though. I only put 25,000 miles on it before it started messing up. Cause when it started messing up at 126,000 miles, that's when I ended up junking it. Which I know not to junk a car no more. Cause that junkyard don't give you nothing for it. But man, that was I say that Lumina and the Vic is the two best cars I done owned. You know, them cars did right. So, but drop a comment below. Let me know what you guys think. If you want to see it on my Instagram at 07CVPI, it's posted on my Instagram. So I'll catch y'all in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out.